Anime Squad, what is going on, y'all? It is the final stream of 2023. We're here, we're ready, we're live for some streams. Oh my god, the webcam! The webcam was supposed to be on. That's a great way to start stream. The webcam was supposed to be on, and then it just like did not connect as soon as I hit the change scene button, and then it came back on. That is hilarious. But hello, hi friends. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying a lovely Sunday. I can't believe it's Sunday. I can't believe it is the last day of 2023. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Happy almost 2024. We are literally less than 12 hours away if you're on the East Coast, specifically that EST time zone, of the end of the year, which is insane to talk about. But I figured we start today off with just kind of chatting a bit, and I want to showcase some of my favorite things of the year. And just kind of talk to you all about like how good this year was, but also talk about like what did y'all love from the year. And that's gonna be like my question going to stream is like, please tell me some of your favorite things of the year, and things you love, the things you enjoyed. I decided to do a little Twitter thread this morning, picking some of my favorite things in my favorite genres. Some that I didn't get a chance to mention, just due to timing and everything, was pretty much like wrestling. And then also animation, because I had a couple favorite animated shows that I like that I'm going to mention. But I figured what we could do as an anime squad is spend the next couple minutes just kind of talking about what you loved this year, things you enjoyed, whether it was like hobbies or movies or shows or gaming or anime, whatever you really enjoyed this year. What were some of your personal favorites? Something that I like to do is during the end of the year, I look back and I have a reflection board of like anything I mentioned or anything I've said that was like really cool, and I add it to my end of the year list so I don't forget, because so many things happened this year and so many games are played and things are getting released, and by the time you get to January now, you only remember the stuff that's kind of recent. So I'm trying to get back to remembering the games that I loved this year, the things that I enjoyed. But as I'm going along, my personal favorites, please don't be shy. Mention your personal favorites. Let me get some background music going on here. There we go. Put a little low so I can hear that. But yeah, I want to talk about like some of my personal favorites. Actually, yeah, I might go without the background music. I was thinking about it, but I think it's kind of better if I like just talk to you guys up front. So what I'm gonna do is let me go to my Twitter. Let me make sure it's on the thread here because I got my go live tweet. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna change scenes real quick. My monitor also, bear with me, chat, is like not working on the screen. Give me 1 second. But while let's get ready, I'm gonna set up my favorites of the year, and we're gonna talk about them together. We're gonna talk about some things that I enjoyed, but also things y'all might have enjoyed. So let's do this, and there we go. Okay, perfect. So this is my Twitter account. This was the tweet that I pulled up and everything, about like some of my favorites of the year. So I was like, let's do this. Let's get into some things I really, really love for the year. And make sure the trending topics got nothing problematic. Well, some problematic people, never nothing I got to watch out for. All right. So I was looking at my favorite games of the year personally, right? And I was thinking of like what games I really, really love for the year. Games that had me excited. Games that had me personally hyped. Games that I like absolutely enjoyed. Just had a really good time with. So when I was looking at this list, there were only a couple that came up that I really enjoyed. It was a stack year for gaming. Obviously, there's some games that did not play, like Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2, that were fantastic. So if you don't see them on there, that doesn't mean they weren't great. It just means I didn't play them personally. But obviously, they were heavy hitters because they got nominated for multiple awards and well deserved. So I want to throw that disclaimer out there in case anyone watches the VOD or watches a YouTube video and be like, where the hell is this? I haven't played it. But they're great. So I definitely want to give acknowledgement there. So personally for me, these were my top like 5 to 6 games of the year. Twitter only lets you do 4 pictures, so I had to do that. So it goes without saying. I guess I can go in reverse order and kind of build the number one up. So I gotta go with WWE2K23 because, as y'all know, we do All Ambitious Wrestling AAW every single Wednesday on this channel, right? And the cool thing about AAW is how fun it is, but also how exciting it is watching watching like the gameplay, but also looking at the other modes, right? Like there's so much going on with different characters, there's so much going on with different people, and W2K23 is just fun. Like I had a really good time playing this game and really enjoying it. So I had to give it the 6 spot because I personally enjoyed it. Like I think it was a wrestling fan. It's one of the better wrestling games, and you know, listen, the standard was real low for recent years, but I think 2K23 was a good blueprint. Excuse me, 2K22 was a good blueprint for 2K23, and I think they kind of took that and like excelled with it. You know what I mean? Like they kind of took it and went to a whole new height with it, which is super dope. It's like really good to see. So 2K23 is awesome. I have a blast playing it. It's one of those wrestling games that even if I'm not doing that mode, I can do other modes in 2K and just have a good time. So definitely recommend that. Gotta give love to Super Mario Wonder. This game, it was kind of tough because originally it was in my top 4 spot, right? This is the only one. Well, no, this and the movie list are the only ones in ranking order, by the way. Everything else is kind of like whatever came to mind, right? It was just like, this is up, so I'll watch this. All right, so we got to talk about Mario Wonder. I had a blast with Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder was one of those games when I came in, I was like, yo, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I had high expectations because it's Mario, but I knew I was like, this might be different than what other people expect, right? And I went and I played it, and I was like, this was one of my favorite games of the year. It was just really cool. It was super dope. The levels were very creative. It was super innovative. And, like, just when you think Nintendo may run out of ideas with Mario, they drop a gem like this. And I'm just sitting there, like, legit shocked, but also amazed by how creative they made every single level. They made every single interaction. They made Mario and friends. Like, whether you play as Toad, Mario, Luigi, Peach, even like a different character, it was fun. They made everyone creative. They added some not that Mario needed new life, but they added so much to it, and I think that is just it's really cool to see personally. Like it's really cool to see, and I'm kind of happy to see it. I'm happy to see Mario and them do well. I'm happy to see how fun it was, and I'm happy to see like where it goes from here too, because I feel like with Wonder they can do a lot with it to keep it going. So Mario Wonder definitely gets the 5th spot for me as a fantastic game, and I recommend people play it. Highly recommend people play it. Let's look at my top 4. Now this is where it gets interesting because a lot of these games I had a lot to say about them. But let's look at Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Okay. This game did not get as much love as I thought it would from peeps. I know when it didn't make the nomination for the Game Awards, I was a little bit shocked. This game took everything. Jedi Fallen Survivor was really, really good, right? It was just really good. It was fun. But the problem was the map traversal was bad. Some of the combat was a little clunky, and it was great. Like, for me, it was like, that game was a solid 8 out of 10, right? If it wasn't for the map, I think it would be a 9, and the combat dropped it a couple points. But I thought this was a good starting point for single-player Star Wars games. I thought EA did a really good job. Y'all know how critical I am of them sometimes. They did a really good job with making, we're pretty much making, this fun, right? But what I loved about Jedi Survivor is the story was great. You had Cal kind of struggling with the dark versus light. He had him declaring his feelings to Marion. You had him connected with the Jedi Order. And this was one of the first times, and even better than kind of the movies do it, where you see this Jedi struggle between what to do. Like, are they individual? Like, individualism versus collectivism is what I'm trying to, allude to. Like, the best for themselves versus the best for the good and how that can go. It deals with a lot of cool characters, and some of the stuff that happens, even though you kind of see it coming a little bit, still kind of shock you. It's like, whoa, this person did this, or this person changed, or you get a really dope finale to a certain fight. I won't spoil in case anybody wants to play it. That really put a smile on my face. It took me 2 hours to beat freaking that character, but it was great. So for that, Star Wars Jedi Survivor gets my 4th spot. It's a very good game. I highly recommend it. People haven't played it. If you skipped it and was like, I'll get it when it's on sale, get it for 2024. Make it one of your first playthroughs if you're a streamer or whatever content creation you do. Or if you don't do content creation, you just want a good Star Wars game, pick this up. Pick this up and have fun. All right, so let's look at number 3. Let's look at Street Fighter 6. Y'all know how much I love fighting games. I love fighting games so much that I had a day dedicated on this channel to fighting games when I started. We play fighting games 90% of the time on this channel because we just love good fighting games. Street Fighter 6 is one of my all-time favorite fighting games. It is just very great. The online is cool. The characters are dope and unique. There's a lot of great elements. It gave me Cammy, which was awesome. I also found my new love in Kimberly, which is awesome. Street Fighter 6 is definitely my fighting game of the year. It is just a really good game with a lot of cool features. The music's dope. And I feel like Street Fighter 6 went back to its roots. And what I mean by that is it literally went back to the streets. Like, it put the street in Street Fighter. But also, it made characters that kind of you cared about, right? Like, even characters you hate to fight against look cool, they sound cool and stuff like that. I'm curious to know what the season 2 is going to look like for DLC characters. I would love to see some Third Strike peeps. Like, if they did, like, an Alpha series and a Third Strike line, that'd be dope. I kind of hope that if we get another round of DLC, it's not just like 4 characters, it's like maybe 6 or 8. They might be asking for a lot, but I gotta be honest. I want a little bit more on the roster. But Street Fighter 6 is super dope. I really enjoy this game. I love playing it. We're gonna be playing it tomorrow for New Year's Bash. It is just really good. And if you love good fighting games and you are OG fighter, or even if you don't like fighting games, right? You want to find a fighting game to kind of start with. You want to find something to find your stride. In my opinion, I think Street Fighter 6 does that and does it really well. So, highly, highly, highly recommend it as not just a personal fighting game, but also as just a great game. So, definitely recommend checking it out. All right, now we get into the goods, chat. We get into what I like to call the Birdman hand rub. These two. All right, let's talk about Sea of Stars, chat. Let's talk about, in my opinion, not just one of the best indie games. This, in my opinion, should be in everyone's top 5. It was so good I had to put it in my top 3. I think the only reason it didn't crack 1 is because Spider-Man was so damn good. But Sea of Stars is great on its own. Freaking OST is beautiful. I added it to my Spotify playlist. The artwork is amazing. The gameplay is cool. This game will make you laugh. It will make you cry. It will make you angry. It will make you just feel all of the emotions in one. If you love the following RPGs, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, hell, even Persona. If you love games like that, right? Sea of Stars need to be on your list. If you really like games that are turn-based and also have good music, really good bosses, and a really good cast. Like, I can't tell you how much I love Sea of Stars, and I'm really glad this game came out. I was champion for it a while ago, and I'm really happy to see it do well. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it if you have not purchased Sea of Stars. It was on sale. I think for the holidays, it might still be on sale. I'll check for y'all later and let you know. But please do yourself a favor. Buy this game. It is absolutely great. It's a game that when I beat it, I was very excited. And I love this game so much I had to do the secret ending. But it is worth every penny. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you have not checked it out, what are you waiting for? Like buy it today. Buy it right now. Like, turn the stream off. Go play it. That's how good it is. You can let me go to play Sea of Stars. I give you that permission. And then last but not least, the my opinion, the game of the year for me was Spider-Man 2. I remember seeing a lot of feedback and criticism of people saying, well, Spider-Man 2 is just an enhanced version of 2018. And I go, yes, that's why it's a sequel called Spider-Man 2. I hope to God it was, because 2018's formula was great. But people kind of missed the big point of Spider-Man 2. This story was really cool. There were a lot of personal elements. And I don't know if it's because, like, mostly Peter and Miles I connected to for different reasons. Miles and his upbringing, and Peter around his age. We're going through this thing about friendship and life and love and happiness and dual roles in life and how to balance and dealing with adversity, but also dealing with like big conversations around partnership and teamwork and passing the mantle. Listen. Y'all listen. Spider-Man 2 was great. I think a lot of people gave criticism, missed the big point of it. Insomniac cooked like they always did, and it was a damn good meal. 07 Game Awards be damned. That is not the only award that decides the greatness of a game. This game definitely deserved all the milestones it got. It should have got more, but I really think Spider-Man 2 was fantastic, and I think a lot of people kind of criticize it. Again, I encourage you to replay it because it was fantastic. I remember there were times where I just kept playing and playing and playing. We platinum it like we promised, and once New Game Plus comes out, I definitely will be playing this again because this story is so good. Like, you can't just play it once. So that was my games of 2023. My personal favorites. While I'm going through this list, Anime Squad, let me know if you had any, or you have, I should say, any games of 2023 that you enjoyed that I did not mention. Obviously, games I didn't mention that were great. Like I said, Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 were fantastic. I've watched people play Baldur's Gate. I've laughed at some stuff in Baldur's Gate. I like the big demon woman. She's cool. I may not play Baldur's Gate, but I like her a lot. So definitely gotta check that out. So those are my top games of 2023. Let's continue on with. All right, a little bit sneak peek of the next one, but my top movies of 2023, Chad. Oh my goodness, can we talk about them? So let's go. Like I like doing the reverse order, the 5 to 1. So there are a lot of good movies that came out. Obviously, I have not seen Barbie or Oppenheimer, so that's why they're not on my list. Again, a disclaimer in case anyone watches this video and goes, "What the hell's wrong with him?" Was Barbenheimer. I will say of the best collaborations, Barbenheimer won for the year. That was a cool one. So I was glad to see the Barbie and Oppenheimer fans get the love together. But yeah, I went with a couple. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem was awesome. I got a chance to watch it twice. TMNT is really, really good, and I think this series gave this a new, fresh like breath of life. Not that the turtles needed it, but I really like the turtles just kind of being teenagers and laughing about stuff and joking about things and having these deep moments. But it was a really good show and a really good it was a really good adaptation of TMNT and something that I hope potentially I'm sure they'll do a sequel because it did really well. And the voice acting cast was awesome, so highly recommend it. It got my fifth spot. It was awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This was awesome because here's the thing, right? If James Gunn is gonna have a swan song in the MCU, he's gonna have a damn good one. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was awesome. Rocket Raccoon's story was like, in my opinion, very, very, very emotional. And what I loved about it was it brought the Guardians together, but it also let them go their separate ways. And I think there's a lot of, like I said with Spider-Man, there was a lot of themes in this that was like awesome, like talking about things and talk about some heavy topics. But I really, really love the way James handled Rocket, because Rocket was always this character that even as a Marvel fanboy as myself, I've always wanted to know more about. Like, you saw Star-Lord get his stuff. You saw them talk a bit about Gamora. You saw them talk about Drax's backstory. Obviously Nebula's. You see a touch of Groot's. You see a little bit of Mantis in the Christmas special, but you don't hear about Rocket. And I think for Rocket to get his movie, but also for it to set up the future of the Guardians really well, was smart and was really cool. So I'm excited to see where they go from here with the Guardians. I'm excited to see what happens in the MCU. And kudos to James Gunn. He got his trilogy. It was damn good. All right, so we got to talk about the Baba Yaga, Mr. Wick, Mr. John Wick, volume, chapter 4, I should say. John Wick 4 was really good. It was really good because, like, if you're a John Wick fan, right, you've seen John Wick at his highs, his lows. You've seen John Wick do all this cool stuff. You've seen him legit beat people up in the hallway like a stapler, an eraser, and a Pez dispenser. He does it. He gets it done. This man goes in. He's legit a one-man army. And I think in John Wick 4, I really like the fact that it was a couple of things. I really like how creative it was, but I also like how fun. Hold on, I'm checking on the messages got. Alright, let's see. Alright, cool, we're good. Sorry, I just had to check something real quick. Alright, dope. We're good. Um, yeah, so going back to like John Wick 4, right? I really enjoyed this John Wick, but I also love the fact that like It was one of the first times I'm like, oh my god, like he's going through it. Like usually John Wick, and it's cool because he got like all this help. It was all this stuff, but it still pulled out your heartstrings. Even the ending, like alluded to so much, but it was a great, which I thought was a send off, but is not a send off because I think the fifth chapter is being made, which I'm cool with. But either way, I thought John Wick 4 was awesome. It was a really good movie experience and definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. Okay, so with all the great movies coming out this year, there were two titans that had to be against each other. One was a literal titan in Japan, and the other one was the animated titan of the year. So we got to talk about Godzilla minus one. Now I understand people haven't watched Godzilla minus one, so I will not spoil it at all because I know it's a relatively new movie, and I want people to see it. But my God, Godzilla minus one legit was awesome. You know, in Godzilla films, when Godzilla is the enemy, it's some of my personal favorites when I'm rooting for this dude to kick ass and take names, right? Because he's Godzilla. In minus one, they do such a good job of making him even more terrifying than usual. Like this dude is just he's on it. He's ready to dominate. He's somebody who kicks ass and takes names. Like he's scary. Like when he does his iconic yell and the people are looking on, it is one of my favorite moments in any Godzilla medium. Now I did say Godzilla King of the Monsters was my personal favorite of the Godzilla films, and I also love Shin Godzilla. I think minus one is definitely in that trilogy for me. In terms of my top three, minus one was really good. It was so good it made you care about the humans. Like that's how good it was. It was like damn, like I'm rooting for them, but I'm rooting for Godzilla, and I'm like conflicted. But I kind of hope Godzilla comes back. I don't know, but it was a lot of cool stuff. Godzilla minus one was fantastic. I really hope this does well, and I hope it clears a lot of awards, and I hope it shows people that he's the king. All right, come to the king, you best not miss. So Godzilla minus one gets the second slot, but debatably could be tied for one because there's only one movie this year that could, in my opinion, top the spot of Godzilla, and that is Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse, or Across Spider-Verse, the title. Man, this movie, just when you think that the first one can't be topped at all, just when you kind of feel like, oh my god, like the first one's such an iconic masterpiece, how did they follow this up? They did it. They absolutely freaking did it. Spider Verse was really good this year, and what I like was it touched upon so many things. And if you're a big Spider Man fan and you know of like the lore and stuff like that, hey, Young Vongo, what's going up? Did I witness Twitch go out for a minute? No. No, what happened to Twitch? No. I didn't see Twitch go out at all. But how you doing? No, I haven't seen any go out. I'm checking my Discord. Everything seems all right here. Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. Both Twitch and Kick went out. You couldn't see the screen. Oh, interesting. No, I know on my other my like backup top, I know it was like a network error, but I thought that was me. So I don't know. I guess it went out, but I'm glad everything's alright. Hopefully, I heard me. But yeah, I remember seeing that. But yeah, we're just going over the best of 2023. We did video games. What's up, Voltic? How you doing? What's going on, homie? We did video games, and now we're doing movies. So for video games, I'll scroll up a bit. These were my best of 2023. Personal favorite games. This is in ranking order, and the movies are in ranking order. Everything else is kind of, it was just a memory order, but these ones are ranked. So these are my personal favorite games of 2023, and we're just talking about the top movies I loved of 2023. So we talked about TNT, we talked about Guardians, we talked about John Wick, we talked about Godzilla minus one, and now we're talking about Across the Spider-Verse, which was freaking fantastic. Oh my god, this movie. I can't wait for the sequel. I really, 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 really hope we get a release date soon. I'm going to be so impatient. I bought so much merch from this movie. I have this poster in my office. I have the hoodie. I have the jackets. I tried to buy the Jordans, but the sneaker app is an idiot, and I hate it. I bought so much for this because this is one of my favorite animated movies of all time. I still think the first one is my personal favorite, but I think the second one did a really good job of following a tough task of going up against a fellow legend. It is very, very hard to make a not even a sequel, like a follow up to a very good movie, and they did a damn good job with that in Across the Spider Verse. And I'm very excited for what's next. That's all I can say. Is I don't know how it's gonna end, but I can't wait. But the music's great. Metro Boomin, cooked again. Man had a really good album. So if you haven't checked that out, Spider Verse album is super dope. Am I Dreaming is one of my favorite songs on there, and I've listened to it. I remember like after the movie ended, I immediately looked it up, and in the car ride home, I played it, and then like I just kept thinking about that film, and just I was looking at my friends, and I was like, "Yo, I feel like we're gonna be talking about this film for a long time," and people are. It was really good. So those are the top movies of the year. Now we're gonna change up to something different. We're gonna look at some fashion chat, some things I personally bought. So these were my top sneakers of the year. Now, if you're a sneakerhead, you're probably like, "What the hell are the Spider Verses? You just talked about them." I unfortunately didn't get them because the sneakers app sucks. So I didn't get those, but I do own all of these except the splits. They're coming soon, but I did include them because I needed four, so I copped out. But yeah, the Panda Dunks, which are at the bottom, they're here. I got these bad boys. Love them. UNC Jordans are definitely my favorite pair of Jordans of all time, especially my favorite Jordan 1s. Palomino's are absolutely sick. They're the brown and black ones. They are right here, if I can grab them. I'll show you guys on camera. Aha. That I'm not a fraud. I actually do own these babies. And I've only worn these twice, and they were really good quality. But I love these shoes. I love the shoes so much. I had to do brown laces though. I switched it to the brown laces, so it popped a little bit. But these are super super dope. Like, real little qualities in those. And then my favorites of the year, my babies, the UNC babies. These are so sick. Pull the tongue up a little bit. I'm gonna go on the side here. Oh my god, these are absolutely amazing. I had to wipe the side of them, but I love these shoes. These are just beautiful, and I got them as a birthday gift. And I remember when I saw them, I was like, I need these Jordans. Like this, every year there's a pair of Jordans. I'm like, I have to get, even if it's resale. Thankfully, I got these retail. I don't have to worry about that, but love those. And the splits I don't have yet. The Pandas I have, they're over there. They're a little far, but these sneakers up close and personal are great. It was a good year for sneakers this year. Next year seems to be all right. I'm not like excited about next year, but I'm also not hating on it because there's still stuff that haven't been released yet. So we'll see. But this year I think was my favorite year for sneakers personally. And then last but not least, let's talk about my favorite clothing items I bought. So these Sonic and Tail hats, definitely up there in my top six. Absolutely love my Kith. I'll expand a bit so y'all can see. But I got my X-Men jacket right here that I love from Kith. God, I remember when this came out. Man, I remember I bought this with the Swiftness, but it was a lot of money for this jacket, but I still love it. This jacket is absolutely clean, and like what I love is the texture of it is super dope. I got a pair of shoes that go really well with it, and then I also got like the Spider Verse fit, so this varsity jacket, and the shoes that went with it was definitely one of my favorites of the year. I got from Star Havenly, who's awesome. Be sure to check them out. The Sonic and Tails beanie, which I love. I wear those beanies all the time. And then my Hypeland jacket over here, y'all, which is super dope. This fit was one of my favorite fits. This varsity jacket is great. It's super comfortable because I got it a bit big on me. And I personally love it because it looked really cool. But that Hypeland jacket is dope. If you have not checked out the Sonic Hypeland line, I highly, 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 highly recommend going to check them out because there was so much good stuff that came out too. And then my other favorites of the year I didn't talk about was definitely Scott Pilgrim. The Scott Pilgrim anime was like really, really dope, and I really enjoyed it. I liked season 2 of What If. I won't spoil it in case you haven't finished, but I thought it was pretty good. And Blue Eye Samurai was also great, so those were good for my animation. And then I gotta give a very special shout out to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This past season was hilarious. I really enjoyed it. It shows they still got it, and I was really cool to see new Aqua Teen Hunger Force in 2023. It has a very big cult following, so I'm happy about that. And then the new season of Rick and Morty was dope. I know a lot of people were skeptical and upset about the voice changes, but I thought they were fine. I thought they were fine. So that was my best of 2023, everybody. There's definitely some stuff I missed. And in terms of wrestling, there was so much good stuff, so it's hard to rank it. But it was really cool to see like Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley have good years. Excuse me. CM Punk came back, which was dope. Cody Rhodes and his WrestleMania entrance was clean. I love what they're doing with Swerve Strickland and AEW. MJF and Adam Cole had a really good run. If you watched AEW last night, it had a good conclusion too. And then of course you also saw the Bloodline stuff with Roman Reigns and everything like that. You saw my man Carmelo Hayes and the other homie Trick Williams at NXT do well. Tiffany Stratton's a very positive star. There's so much happening in wrestling right now. We'll see. You know, Mercedes Moné, where does she go? It's a good question. You know, I'm excited to find out. But there's a lot of cool stuff. But overall, that was my best of 2023. I don't know if y'all want to talk about some of your favorite things from 2023, whether it was gaming, merch, media, art, whatever you did, whatever good thing you did this year, anything you enjoyed. I guess that's my stream question of the day. It's like, what did you do in 2023? So that is it for the YouTube crew. That'll be your video of the day to end up 2023. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And then for the Twitch crew, we're going to move right to Spelunky. We're going to get into Sunday Spelunky. It's the last Sunday Spelunky of 2023. So let's do this. All right, y'all. Thanks for your patience while I did that. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing? I hope all is well. Vongo, welcome in. Voltic, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Shout out to the homie Voltic, guys. What's going on, Voltic? We might be able to battle today, brother, because I might be able to get some battle ready